Hi, hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far. If you clicked into this video, I am sharing my favorite grocery budget hacks that actually work. If you're anything like me, you are probably stressed every time you go into the grocery store because prices are just insane. And a couple of years back, when my husband and I were saving for our car and our house, I was skimping so much on my groceries. I was trying to stretch every dollar so that we could save every dollar for the down payment of our car and our home. So I thought I would share with you guys the grocery budget hacks that I did so that you could save money as well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure that you do. I release videos every single week and they're a mixture of wellness, fitness, food, lifestyle, personal finance, honestly, anything. I love this little corner of the internet and I love sharing any tips or any wisdom I've learned throughout the years with you guys. But let's get into it. I want to preface by saying my grocery bills are actually quite high for an average couple. Every time I watch grocery videos, especially lately, I find that my grocery bills are actually quite high. However, I a lot for it. I know that my grocery bills are going to be high because I don't eat out a lot. I am home all the time. I like to try new products. I like to recipe test a lot. So my grocery bills are high, but I was able to save a lot of money alongside with my husband to purchase the house that I live in now and also to buy two of our cars. We financed both of our cars since we were, when did we buy it? I think 20 to 22 years old, and we've always been able to keep up with our finances and live within our means. So I want to talk about all of the little budget hacks I did so that you can implement it too. And honestly, I've been talking about this in a lot of my videos. I am also on a mission to continue to skyrocket my emergency fund as well as continue investing. I'm hoping to be a mom in the near future, so I'm really trying to use my time now to invest and save as much money as I can prior to entering motherhood. But yeah, let's get started. Sorry, that was a long intro. But my first tip is to plan like a pro. I know meal prepping can be very overwhelming, and honestly, when you first begin meal prepping, it is overwhelming. However, when you get into kind of like a rhythm and you know what to do, it gets a lot easier throughout the weeks to come. For me, I've talked about this in my previous videos, but I like to have kind of like a rough meal plan estimate. So I like to pick a couple of meals that I know I'm going to make throughout the week, some lunches I know I'm going to make, and then on the weekends, we either go out to eat or I make like more expensive meals. So for example, like we'll have steak on Saturday night and have a steak dinner, or I'll do like a more intricate meal like a roast lamb or something. But meal planning goes such a long way because you're not reaching for things at the grocery store last minute. I know a lot of people go to the grocery stores every couple days and it's very, very easy to get sucked into new products, sales, and you're constantly getting more things. And honestly, you can't even really eat them all. I used to buy so much food all the time and it was just me and my husband and I wouldn't be able to eat it all and it would just go to waste. So now I kind of just get what I need for the week, meal plan, and then get a few snacks if I want to. And then that sets me up for success so I don't overspend on my grocery bill. The second tip is shop with a strategy. Always look at what's on sale. I usually look at the flyers. Luckily, all grocery stores pretty much have flyers online now, so you can see what is on sale, so you can plan ahead of time. And it also says the time frames for the sale. So for example, I like to go to Superstore and I also like to go to Save on Foods. So I like to look at the flyers ahead of time and see what I can make with what is on sale or what is cheap at the time or what is going for like a good deal. And that's what I get, and that's how I kind of base my meal plan on. 3, don't sleep on store brands. I know you get kind of sucked into premium products, especially with social media. Everybody is raving about the next new branded thing on the market, and I get sucked into that too, especially with Costco where all the products are premium. But never sleep on store brands. Honestly, it's unless you're, I guess, like needing the specific product, as in taste wise, like if you need like a specific expensive sauce, store brands are just as good. They are cheaper. Don't be fooled by the name brands because as long as you are fed, you are healthy, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. Brands are brands. Same goes for clothing brands. My clothing brands are like Walmart and Amazon. I do not have anything designer and I do not care because at the end of the day, if I look cute, I look cute. You know what I mean? If you're fed, you're fed. 4, buy in bulk. I've talked about this in so many videos. I have a playlist of all of my food related budget finance kind of videos, but buy in bulk. as much as you can. Be strategic about it. I've mentioned this before, but for example, my husband and I, we love ketchup. We get the same brand of ketchup every single time. If I see it on sale at Costco, I'm gonna get it. If not, I do not buy ketchup. I just wait until it goes on sale. You'll never stop using that brand of ketchup, so if it's on sale, pick it up. Same goes for like toilet paper, same goes for paper towels. I only ever buy when I need it and it's on sale. So plan strategically, meal prep your meats. I vacuum seal all my meats so they stay fresh and they're portioned out, and it works so good. Number 5, fill in the gaps with legumes, frozen veggies, dried products. Don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on frozen foods. For me, I buy like a $6 bag of like black beans, and I use it as my fiber source and additional protein, and it keeps me full for longer. It's a great sub if you want to do like half beans, half rice, and it's so cheap. $6 bag of beans lasts me probably like a month or so, and I eat like a small portion alongside with every meal. You can also fill with frozen veggies. Those are fairly cheap, and you can just have like a cup of that on the side, and at least you're getting some nutrients in your food. Honestly, meat can get really expensive, so if you're just having like a side of protein and you're not filling it with like starches, dried foods, frozen veggies, then you can get hungry real quick and blow through the rest of your snacks or the rest of your meal plan. So it's better to fill what you can with like cheaper products like dried beans or even rice, cauliflower rice, frozen veggies, anything like that. But just having that balance and filling up instead of just having the expensive items like chicken breast is such a helpful way to stretch your groceries. Tip number 6, freeze and stretch. So same thing. Sometimes I like to buy vegetables that are on sale from the produce section, and then I like to cut that up and freeze it. For me, I always do that with kale. I do buy frozen kale already frozen, but if I see kale on sale at the grocery store, I will just cut it up myself and put it in a large freezer bag. It goes a long way. Put a handful into your meals, into your instant noodles even, and you've got a little bit of some greens in your meals. And frozen veggies honestly last so long. I feel like with freezing everything, you just don't have to worry about waste so much. Like every time I'm not able to eat like my fruits, for example, I buy some strawberries and I'm not feeling like eating them that week, I just freeze them and I'm able to use them in baked goods, I'm able to use them in smoothies, and I just feel better about not having to waste food. Tip number 7, never shop hungry. Okay, this is a time and time again told thing, or like talked about thing, but never shop hungry. Of course, when you're hungry, everything looks appealing. My face is basically heart eyes or like the heart emoji every time I walk into the grocery store because all the foods look good. Even though I probably wouldn't eat it if I wasn't hungry, like the deli section of the grocery store, I just want to get everything that's in there. So make sure that you have a good meal. Maybe shop after you go for lunch, and you're less likely to just put everything in your cart and rack up that grocery bill real quick. Have a protein bar, whatever. Just make sure that you have something before you go to the grocery store. Or even if you go to Costco, have a hot dog before you shop, not after you shop, so that you're less likely to, again, fill your cart up with unnecessary things. Tip number 8, use a cashback credit card. Honestly, I'm not the right person to ask about cashback credit cards. I know that there are so many videos out there talking about the best cashback credit cards. I use PC Financial, and then my husband and I have TD cards, Visas. I love PC Financial because I use it for Costco with the MasterCard, and every time I go to Superstore and my points rack up, it's like a free grocery bill, which I love. It takes me a couple of months before I can rack up $100 or so, and that's just like a week of groceries I don't have to worry about. So make sure that you have cashback card or even like an app. You don't even need to use a credit card. You can use those cashback apps. I'm not sure. I used to use, I think it was called Flash 51 or something like that way back when, and then I would just upload the receipts and get money back. But there are so many other cashback apps out there. Use it, utilize it. You know, a few dollars goes a long way. Imagine if you were able to save $6. That could be $6 towards bread or, you know, something that'll keep you sustained through the week. Number 9, bring your own bags. I am so guilty of forgetting to bring my own bags, but now I've learned I always keep bags in my little purse. I fold tote bags really tiny. I also keep bags in the car at all times because I don't know where you live, but plastic bags are being charged. And honestly, it's fine because I do care about the environment, so it's better that we, you know, control our plastic waste. But dang, when you forget and you really need it, like you have a lot of groceries, it actually adds adds up. I think the tote bags cost about 25 to 50 cents where I live at the grocery store. So they're very, very expensive. So make sure that you bring your bags. Those costs add up. Imagine you have to get 4 bags. That's like $1. That's $1. You do that every week. That's $4. $4 times 12, 48 bucks. Could go to somewhere else. You know, every dollar counts in this economy. Every dollar counts. Last but not least, tip number 10, stick to a list. Stick to a list, and also do groceries on a time limit. So my husband and I have been very good with this. We usually go to Costco at 5 p.m. They close at 6 on Saturdays and Sundays, and we go at 5 p.m. So we are kind of rushing. We are not able to leisurely look through the stalls. We know that they're going to close soon. We know that the workers are, getting ready to leave. So we are super, super quick. We go through the aisles, we get what we need. Sometimes we stray a little bit if there's like stuff at the end of the aisles or like new products. However, it's not as bad as if we were to be able to spend a full hour and a half just cruising the Costco warehouse or cruising the grocery store, looking at new things, and it honestly helps. So if you are able to grocery shop on a time limit, such as you have an hour before you pick up your kids, or you have an hour before you start your work shift or something like that, it is so helpful and it keeps you on track. Well, anyways, that is all I have today. Those are my 10 tips for how to keep your groceries on a budget, and these actually work. I was able to save a lot of money doing these. I mean, now I am a little bit more responsible with my money and I can spend it leisurely, whereas before I was like hustling to save every last dollar for a car and a house. So now I'm like, okay, you know what, you only live once. You can spend a little bit more, but I have to rein it in too, guys. I have to rein it in. It is so expensive nowadays, and while I don't regret we spend money on good food, it's still like I spent that much on groceries last month. But anyways, let's do this together. We are in it together. Let me know any grocery hacks that you guys take, and I want to implement it too, because I'm always looking for new tips and tricks. But this is what worked for me. My husband and I pretty much lived off noodles and Spam and canned tuna for a good like 3 years of our life before we were able to save a lot of money and like basically start our life together as a married couple and buy our car, buy our house, and now we are much more financially secured and we feel so much more relief that we're able to enjoy a little bit. So I hope this helps. Let me know in the comments again what tips you have. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will catch you guys in the next video. I love you so much. Bye.